0.65. So I either want to move this line over to the left, this one here, or these two to the right. Now, there was some guy in the last class who continuously, I kept coming over and helping him, then when I got back, he'd have this line crooked, because he kept on doing this. Pick that point, move it over, type 0.15, he'd get his dimension correct, but his line was crooked. And he did it over and over and over. I'm also right now. So again, you know, again, if you want to change this dimension, you take the line that's perpendicular to the dimension, that's the line I want to move. So I'm going to go stretch, and I go right through the dimensions and everything, pick that, enter, pull this line that way, type 0.15, enter, and I've moved the whole line over. So I've moved, again, I've moved this endpoint and this endpoint, and the line's going to move. Yep.
Doesn't mess up the dimensions on the top, right?
It changed the dimensions on the top. So the thing I wanted to do was I wanted to get the overall dimensions done first. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work from a reference line and not, okay, because once you get these dimensions, I do not want to do anything, I do not want to stretch and use this line or this line in my stretching. So I don't want to touch that point, or that point anymore. Okay, so, and again, there's a bunch of things you can do here. I'm just going to stretch this one just by hand. Say I wanted to keep this 1 inch dimension here, but I wanted to change this to 1.75. That's the way it is. Okay, so I could do it two ways. I could stretch this point up, right, 0.5, but then this would change to 1.5. But say I go through here, how many points am I grabbing then? Let's do it like that. I'm grabbing 3, so the 1 inch dimension is not going to change, right? Because I'm going to move those 2 points up, enter. I'm going to pull this up here, and type 0.5. So the 1 inch never changed, so I can pull 3 points up at the same time. And again, what I'm doing, I do a lot of house plans, and a lot of times the customer or client will say, you know, I want the house 2 feet longer, but I want my bedroom, which is at the back of the house, to stay the same, but I want to compensate, make the addition in the middle room down here. So again, I'll do a rectangle around, half the building and stretch it. So it doesn't matter where you stretch it. In this case, I wouldn't do that because I got the 3.5 here, but say I find out that, I could, say this was all wrong. I could grab all that, move these, everything I grab is going to stay the same, just move them all relative. Okay, so there's as many things as you want. You can grab. So I was mentioning when I wanted to change this one, I shouldn't change these lines anymore because that's going to affect this dimension. But if I did, I would make sure to go right through those, right? So that I would change them both at the same time. Okay, say I want to move this line up by 0.3. Okay, let me just do this first. Okay, pick 1. Okay. See what happened there? I have my snap on, so it's snap. That's why I'm telling you to turn your snap off, but I can't. Okay, so I'm going to go here and enter, pull down, and then type 1. That was a bad choice. Okay, you're going to try this again. I'm going to stretch, pull down to 1.2. Okay, much better. Okay, so if I go stretch and I go right through here, how many endpoints am I grabbing? 2. Just 2. It doesn't matter the fact that I'm going through those lines. Enter, and I can pull that up to 0.2, and this changes to 1.2. Okay. Say I get into this situation, I want to move this up 1.2. If I go right through here, how many endpoints am I grabbing? 2. Just the 2, right? So even though I've gone through those boxes, enter, pick a point again in space. Don't snap to anything here. Just pick a point in space, pull up, and 1.2, and that's back up to there. Now my dimension should have moved a little bit. Back to the grid. Okay, so it's endpoints. Okay, and your dimension, again, if I want to change this dimension, I have to take this whole line. Okay, not just the point at the bottom. So stretch is a really bad term, but I don't know what a better one is, because when people think of stretch, they think I'm stretching this line. If you're not stretching the line, you're just moving.